Hey guys, I am officially Fran, and today I am going to show you how I built this garden gate. Trying to make sure you can see it all. There it is. This was a simple, easy to build garden gate, and we're going to get right to it. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to get started by cutting our side rails for the gate. The first thing that I do is I always cut off the end pieces of the wood. Now you don't have to cut that much off, but I also needed some spacers for something else and I knew that I didn't need that much. But the end pieces of the wood are almost never squared up. So if you go ahead and take those off before you get started, it's just easier to get everything else to line up. That's just sacrificial pieces of the wood. Now, once I got those end pieces off, my fence is exactly, I believe it was 8 feet long. I can't even remember now. But I know that those two boards I will be able to cut my side rails for my smaller gate as well as my larger gate. Instead of making one large gate for that opening, I decided to split it up, and I also didn't want them to be the same size. So I made one side a little bit smaller as a walk-through, and then the other side larger. Now, by doubling these and cutting them at the same time, it kind of guarantees that they all match up perfectly. So with that one cut, I just cut 4 boards to the exact length that I needed for the smaller gate size and the larger gate side pieces. And I did cut the edges off of the other piece of wood also. Now with this one, I am cutting a bigger piece off because the wood was a little damaged, but that is the top and the bottom rail to the smaller gate. And all I'm going to do is create a square. I'm not going to bevel it. I'm not going to use my Craig jig or anything. I'm just going to put that square together. And I'm using my wagon because of course I'm jimmy rigging it and I don't have a place to put this together in. Once I went and got my metal triangle to make sure that everything stays in place, I just check all of my edges really quick. Again, since I cut those edges off, everything should be good. I got my screws to make sure I had the right size so that I didn't go all the way through the wood and damage everything. And I'm going to pre-drill some holes in my first one and then in the opposite corner. After that, I don't have to pre-drill them. I just wanted to make sure that nothing moved on me while I was doing this part. And then I just simply went and put screws in. Now I put 4 screws in each corner to make sure that frame didn't move on me. So it takes me a little minute to get them all in because I want to make sure that nothing moves. If anything moves, it knocks out my whole square. So I went around the whole square and just again put the 4 screws in each of the corners. And once I am done with that, voila, we have a frame. That's pretty much it. This is what makes this gate so easy. So then I took it over to my area to just give it a little dry fit. Now that's only a 1x4 that I'm using. I didn't need a 2x4. I didn't need a heavy gate. I just needed a barrier because once my dogs go up to the gate, they'll just turn around. They're not going to beat the gate up or anything like that. They'll look for another way in. They're not that kind of aggressive to where they're going to kill the gate. But if they do, I'll just go get some 2x4s and do the same thing. And I'm sure that I'll find another use for this gate somewhere on this property. You'll be surprised. We always need to build something. So now I'm building the larger side of the gate. And same thing that I did with the smaller side. I have all of my pieces cut. I pull out my triangle, get everything to sit nice and flush. And then I'm going to go around it and exactly put the 4 screws in each corner. So now I'm just dry fitting both of my fences in place, both of my gates in place to make sure that they're going to fit, especially with the hardware. And there we go. It's going to work out just perfect. That's all that we needed to do. So the next step is for me to add bracing across. Even though I have 4 screws in each corner, I want to make sure that that gate doesn't sag. It shouldn't, but I have the wood. There's no problem with adding that piece to it. And now we still have a frame and it looks like I added decoration, but that's just for the structure. And as you see, I can move it and there's no movement. The only problem is I didn't originally plan to build the gate like this. I was going to just build one. So I don't have enough wood to do the cross member for the larger gate. But I'm already out here building, and so I decided to just keep going and do the other stuff that I can do. So I pulled out the hardware and I went on and hung the gate so that I could see exactly where it was going to hang and just have that part done in my mind. And basically, I'm just trying to stay busy until I go get that one piece of wood. I do not feel like going all the way to the store. And I did look around in the yard for a piece that would fit, but I couldn't find anything. So everything is leveled. I got all of my hardware on there, and I'm still just trying to fight myself over going to the store for one piece of wood. So I ended up taking it all down because now that I know that everything works, I still need to add the wire mesh to the inside of the gates, but I can't add the wire mesh to the inside of the big gate until I get the cross member. So this is what happens when you don't buy enough supplies or you change your mind in the middle of building something. And now that my husband sees that I have this other gate, he's coming over to pillage the old gate. I bought those little black gates. I don't know what I was thinking with those gates. They were cute. They had little bumblebees on them, but you can see how short they are. I put that little gate up, and the dogs literally just backed up and jumped straight over it. It was hilarious. So he's going to use those back over in the garden somewhere, and I don't know where that one chicken came from, but for some reason it's out. We probably put them away and forgot about that one. I don't even remember now. So I have all of the hardware attached. We're going to give it a test close. Perfect. Now, the next day, I simply took it all down and decided to add the color to it. And you guys know, if you don't know, watch one of my other videos. I love to burn wood to get the coloring for it. I don't like to paint if I don't have to. I just prefer the Shoshugi bond method over anything. So I quickly fired up my torch and gave that a quick burn painting so that it would match everything else that's over there, except for the post that I realized that I put up, but I left the post alone. And this is what you get once you burn it. This is the larger side of the fence. I am still missing the cross bracing because I just can't get myself to go to the store to get that one piece of wood. This is what the smaller one looks like with the cross bracing in it. And then I finally decided to go ahead and put the wire mesh on this one since it's completed. This is a black wire mesh with the 2 by 4 inch squares, or that's actually a rectangle in there, so to keep the dogs out. And here you go. Here is a good look at it all put together. Unfortunately, you can't see the hardware because the gate is so dark. But nevertheless, here is what the hardware looks like. I use this simple catch latch that we use all around the farm on the chicken coop and everywhere else. I also added a small metal piece at the bottom of the larger gate to keep the smaller gate from being pushed in. And then I added this gate stop on the inside of the larger gate, as well as added a small piece of PVC in the ground. That way, when you put the stop down, it goes right in the same spot every single time and the gate doesn't move. What do you guys think? Do you think you can build this easy gate? That's it for now. Thanks for watching Fran at Officially Fran. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See you next time. Bye bye for now.